pie is one of those desserts that can be kind of mediocre, but let's fix that. So I had a bowl of ripe peaches and decided to make a peach pie. I started with 3 3/4 cup flour. Then I did 2 tablespoons of sugar followed by a pinch of salt. I was using salted butter, so I didn't need much salt beforehand. Cut them into cubes, added them into the bowl like so. Make sure your butter is cold. Then I used a pastry cutter, but it broke, so then I used my hands, which is totally fine. Next, you're gonna add some ice cold water. I did about 4 or 5 tablespoons, but do as much as you need. Form it into a ball. Cut that ball into a half so that you have 2 pieces, and then you're gonna wrap each piece individually. Set it to chill in the fridge. While that's chilling, work on your filling. I sliced my peaches into thin slices before adding some lemon juice, a couple tablespoons, followed by about 1/3 of a cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch to thicken it, followed by some fresh ginger. I wanted some warmth, so I ended up adding some cinnamon to it as well. Mix that up and then set that aside so that the flavors could all integrate together. Then I got my beautiful pan out, put some flour on the counter so that I could roll out my dough. Really don't be afraid to use your muscles here so it's smooth. And then I don't know if this is how you're supposed to do it, but I just put the pan on the dough directly so I could see how much I needed. And then put that carefully into the pan. Just used my hands to shape it before putting the filling. It already looked so beautiful, but of course we have to do the top. So more flour, roll out the dough, and then I cut the dough into thin strips. You can make any formation you want, but I decided to do like a little simple lattice. Not perfect, but it looks rustic. It looks homemade and cute. We're making it very clear that this is not store-bought. Then I put it in the oven for about an hour at 375. Of course, you have to do an egg wash before so it gets nice and golden brown. Sprinkle it with some sugar. Put it on a sheet pan just in case it overflows, and it was done. It's a little brown, but it was delicious. I recommend serving it with vanilla whipped cream.